Now, I am a believer in Jack Della Maddalena. All right. I truly believe that he is going to beat Islam Makhachev this Saturday by going to a 48-47 decision. However, all right, I'm not going to count out Islam Makhachev because he is technically the number one pound for pound fighter in the world right now. And I don't know many instances where you can actually pick against Islam Makhachev, all right? But if he wins this Saturday, I think we need to start having this conversation about how Islam Makhachev is the greatest fighter of all time, right? I put him above John Jones. I put him above George St. Pierre. I put him above Anderson Silva. Like, there are so many fighters that were previously heralded as the greatest of all time. But now I think Islam Makhachev surpasses them all. All right, we can go over a brief recap of what he's been able to accomplish if he wins. All right, he beats the current welterweight champion. He's on like a 16 fight win streak if he beats Jack Della Maddalena, which is tied for the most consecutive wins in the UFC. He beats his toughest test, in my opinion, and he will have the deepest resume in all of UFC history. Like, if you want to break down more of Islam Makhachev's resume, all right, these are some of his wins: Renato Moicano by round one submission, Dustin Poirier by round five submission, Alexander Volkanovski by round one TKO. Are there asterisks to a lot of these fights? Yes, but there are also a lot of asterisks to George St. Pierre's wins towards the end of his career. You know, the Johnny Hendricks fight, where a lot of people scored it for Johnny Hendricks, yet somehow George St. Pierre was able to win. The Michael Bisping win, even. Yes, he was able to become a double champion both at welterweight and middleweight, but at the same time, Michael Bisping was ducking clear contenders like Yoel Romero and Robert Whitaker for the longest time. So a lot of people didn't view Michael Bisping as the true champion of the welterweight division. And even John Jones. I mean, where do we start with John Jones? I mean, first off, he lost to Dominic Reyes. Right? He ducked Tom Aspinall for the longest time. Right? He took a lot of iffy decisions, like Anthony Smith 5 rounds, Thiago Santos 5 rounds. Alexander Gustafsson gave him a tough fight in their first fight. Like, if you want to talk about asterisks in all of these resumes, then you got to include all of them, and you just can't pick and choose Islam Makhachev, in my opinion. And although there are asterisks in Islam Makhachev's resume, the name value is just so much better than a lot of the guys that any of the people I've mentioned previously who were once heralded as the greatest of all time were able to accomplish. All right. Renato Moicano, Dustin Poirier, Alexander Volkanovski, Alexander Volkanovski again, Charles Oliveira. I know this pains me to say this, but like he clearly beat Charles Oliveira on a full training camp. And even the not so great wins, right? Like we talk about Bobby Green as a iffy win, Thiago Moises as a iffy win, Drew Dober as a iffy win. Like even those wins are pretty good, right? I know they're not like any sort of household names in the UFC, but still, like the way Islam Makhachev was able to handle all of those guys when they were actually in their primes. I think it was a very good showcase for Islam Makhachev. And overall, like I don't think that him losing one fight to Adriana Martins back in the day, like what was it, like 8 years ago or something along those lines. Like I don't think we should hold that against him because since then, currently he's on like a 15 fight win streak and he looks unbeatable at the moment. All right. Now, come this Saturday, the narrative might change. All right. Again, I fully believe that Jack Della Maddalena is the guy to figure out Islam Makhachev. But if Islam Makhachev wins this, I'm ready to pronounce him as the greatest of all time. We can get rid of John Jones. GSP had his time. Anderson Silva had his time. Fuck John Jones. So I think Islam Makhachev is gonna be the new face of the UFC. I'm ready to pronounce him as the greatest fighter of all time, and I think a lot of people are also ready to pronounce him as the greatest fighter of all time if he wins this Saturday. Okay, that is gonna be it for this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can get this channel monetized. Otherwise, though, leave a comment down below what you guys think. Should Islam Makhachev be heralded above the likes of John Jones, GSP, Anderson Silva, Mighty Mouse? You know, all of the names that come to mind when we're talking about the greatest fighter of all time. Or are you one of these old heads that still think that John Jones is the greatest of all time, that still think GSP is the greatest of all time? Because if JDM loses to Islam Makhachev, I can't see an argument to still hold those names up above Islam Makhachev at this point. But let me know in the comments down below. Yeah. Otherwise, though, leave a comment down below about any other video ideas because I'm kind of running out of them. But yeah, outside of that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.